said, my name is Rogier Boomsluiter, and I'm a business consultant, business intelligence consultant, actually, by Cloudteam company. I will give you today this intro in Einstein Analytics. The subject is too large to touch everything in this webinar, but I will do more than my best to give you a good idea of what the power of Einstein Analytics actually is. We're focusing today on the FinancialForce business analytics and financial statements packages that are the out-of-the-box dashboards, which FinancialForce delivers on top of the Einstein Analytics platform. So that gave us a good opportunity to show these dashboards as well the power of Einstein Analytics. So Einstein is Salesforce Advanced Analytics platform. So it's an add-on to your core sales and service cloud. And it also allows, of course, to bring your data from example for the sales cloud, service cloud, program service automation, FinancialForce accounting. You can bring all that data into the analytics platform, and also allows you to take third-party data in the platform if you want to. Once you have it there in your platform, you can do all kind of data explorations and develop dashboards where you can slice and dice, drill through data just as you wish to gain the insights you needed. And what's even more cool about this is these dashboards you can make actionable. So you're finding your insights, you can actually make sure you act on the insights as well. So that's a very powerful environment. Now further, Einstein Analytics enables you to quickly perform strong visual analysis from different dimensions. You have it in one dashboard without clicking through several individual reports. So all the information is just a few mouse clicks away. You can quickly turn data into actionable information and predictable insights. It has some very good functionality for that on board. It's easy to drill down into a record level right from the dashboard. And also you have the possibility to directly ask questions to your data. I will demo that in a few minutes. So you can take the actions right from the dashboard. It's a powerful chart. It has a collaboration and action framework with notifications, annotations. It offers a full dynamic mobile device experience, so you're able to collaborate on any device with your colleagues in your organizations. And it has beautiful visualization technology. So it's actually a great tool for end users where they can make their own dashboards very easily when you have the good data sets. All right. What we see here in front is it's a total cloud ERP chain, what we hit in the webinar before as well. You see here the platform with all the Salesforce products and the FinancialForce products in between of that to collaborate on the platform in a total ERP cloud-based solution. And what we see on top of this is the Einstein Analytics layer. And on this layer, and that is what we can focus on today, offers FinancialForce their business analytics packages and financial statements packages. So this is the dashboards that they built on top of the Einstein Analytics platform. So a little bit more in detail what the offerings are in those packages.
As mentioned, today we're focusing on the FinancialForce business analytics and financial statements. These are the out-of-the-box packages which FinancialForce delivers. Here, FinancialForce has taken the Einstein technology and used it to build out a financial statement, financial analytics, and the PSA analytics. So if you look to the financial statements, these are those reports which your accountant is delivering on a regular basis. It's like the income sheet, the P&L reports, trial balances. The second piece, which is called the financial analytics, this is more visual interesting. And this is where FinancialForce has done the hard work on the back end. They pre-built data sets and also deliver some pre-built dashboards on this. And the financial analytics gives the customers the self-service capabilities to play with the data, to slice and dice, to drill into the data, to look at things like revenue, DSO, cash, and understand the data which is presented on the balance sheet. The business analytics packages also contains the analytics dashboards, the PSA analytics dashboard. And this will give insights in KPIs like the billings, the bill rates, the backlog, utilizations, forecast, and that kind of things. But let's demo this.
I am now in Einstein Analytics Studio. Here you find the FinancialForce Business Analytics and Statement apps. Here we have the PSE, here we have FFM, here we have our financial statement apps. Clicking on this one, we find here our dashboards, and here are data sets. This is the data source of our dashboards of lenses. Here we find our lenses. This are a whole bunch. This is all what FinancialForce delivers within their packages. And these are all pre-built reports, which are in the standard packages. So back to our dashboard, starting with the balance sheet. Here is an example of our balance sheet. This is built out on the fly from transactional data. In the right, you always have this concept of filters. So I have my currency here, currency code. The concept of multiple companies is supported here. I could filter on the company where I'm responsible for. What you also see here is what you can filter on periods, year periods, or periods, monthly periods, and also include and exclude some of the special periods. I'm close the filter just so we've got better view to the space. What you see here is a balance sheet. It's not visual interesting because it's not supposed to be, right? Rows and columns deliver the information as quick as possible. The most interesting part here is the ability to drill directly into the transaction. What do I have this year versus last year for cash in my Canadian organization? I'm a little bit concerned about that number. So I directly go and drill to the transaction. I see here various transactions. I'm just going to look at this one here. I'm open this record. As you can see, I'm going directly at the transactional data. That is something that you would never be able to do inside a spreadsheet. I can see exactly where the cash entry came from. It came from my Prestige Worldwide customer. You can take this down to an individual invoice level, something that people spend millions of dollars on to try this to do in data warehouses, and most frequently fail with this. With Einstein Analytics, this can be offered out of the box. I can also show income statement. You get the same ideas, still the same thing around filters holding here. I can drill the transactions. You see it's the kind of the same setup as the balance sheet. But let me show you something a little more visual interesting. So I will open the CFO overview in the FinancialForce Analytics app. Starting with the CFO overview, by clicking on it, we access the landing page where we see actually 8 KPIs divided over 2 tabs. This dashboard tracks the trend of 8 KPIs. On the profitability tab, we have revenue KPI, gross margin, operating expenses, and EBITDA. On the balance sheet, we have accounts receivable, days sales outstanding, accounts payable, cash and equivalents. You see the trend of last year versus this year. Here you see the actual of this month, the current month. Here you see the variances, the relative and the absolute variances between current month and same month last year. The displayed values are controlled by the filter, again on the right side of the dashboard screen here. So again, we have companies which we can select. We can select the currencies. We can select the frequency. Notice that I also can select monthly year to date. And you see updating the graphs on the dashboard. You can select special periods, monthly periods. And what we also can do, we can change the comparison from previous year to budget. So it's also possible in this setup to compare it with the budget. Clicking on View Details launches the CFO Details dashboard. This shows a more comprehensive breakdown of each of these KPIs. This enables you to analyze the data with more detail. So you can navigate here between the different tabs to the details of each of those KPIs. So suppose I'm a CFO and I like to have more insights in the revenue. Then let's click on revenue. We see monthly trend of the revenue versus last year on this tab. There are 4 charts on the revenue tab, which each report about the revenue. On the right side, again, this filter area. Let's also adjust this to monthly year to date. In the drop down of the donut chart here, we have all fields of reporting balances available. This allowing us to choose the dimension we want to analyze our data by. So I will select, for example, dimension 3. What I also can do here, select the view in the drop down if I'm only interested in the top 5 or 10. Einstein Analytics makes use of faceting functionality. This means that you can drill in context. In this case, when I click on department, you notice that the data change is only specific to that department. Now to remove that the filter functionality, click somewhere outside of the chart, and you see the filters are again set back. Each chart also enables us to dive deeper into data, which enables us to undertake the right actions. When I click on account name and then view details here, then I open up the data from the account that's making up the sales here. Using again the arrow next to the transaction in the line item, I open the record and I dive into the record that gives me details about who is generating the sales. Okay, clicking back to summary. For example, click on the region chart, and when I'm click here on Americas, then we see we have more dimension selectors on this heat map. So when I change that to city by account name, then now we see a heat map showing my account and the cities in which those accounts are located in. And now moving back to the CFO overview. Notice profitability here is all GLA based stuff. The balance sheet contains ERP related KPIs. So let's click on account receivable. I can see here where the money is coming from. Let's take the account Gildes Associates and see directly the money that's coming from them. I can here see when the money came in. I also can set a notification. So I can enter here, notify me when that period equals, let's say, a certain threshold value. And I can run on a regular basis, so I'm constantly being notified when certain conditions are hit. This is all taking advantage of the core platform capabilities from the Salesforce platform. I am also able to set annotation over here. So on the right-hand side, I can write something to somebody of my team. For this example, I can send an annotation to my CFO. At CFO, check these numbers. And I can attach this screenshot with this in this message. And when he is also on the platform, this will be an interactive graph. Okay, what's also is interesting to show you is the profitability trend dashboard. So this CFO profitability trend dashboard, this enables you to view a prediction of the key metrics, and that's based on historical data. We see here that the dashboard gives us the option to view the trend prediction for revenue and the operating cost KPIs. You can see here that each trend prediction chart is based on a monthly period. For this trend prediction, it's recommended to have at least 2 years of historical data available. This is in order to let Einstein elaborate a good trend prediction for the KPIs. This is necessary for within this time series functionality. The trend model enables us to review the results generated by the algorithm. If you check here to the orange dashed line, this is representing the future prediction against the historical performance. If you check the blue line here, this is the actual historical performance. And the dark orange line, this represents the forecast trend of the revenue which Einstein has derived of the historical patterns. Notice also the orange shade area. This is known as the confidence level. This is based on statistical algorithms which are applied in these prediction functionality. So if you have consistent data in your org, what is following a regular pattern, the more likely it is that this KPI will follow the trend in the future. Notice also that on top you can switch between two confidence levels, and also notice that seasonality is selected on the dashboard. Seasonality allows you to include or exclude the seasonal influences in the time series predictive analysis. You can see also here that we have the 12 forecasting periods available. So you are able to forecast your revenue 12 months forward in time.
Let's now switch to the Program Service Automation Analytics app. When I click on the PSA overview, this launches my PSA overview dashboard. And we see that we have here 6 KPIs: the bill rate, the billings, the backlog, total utilization, forecast, and the remaining capacity. When I click on the view details, I am going to the more detailed breakdown of those billings, this billings KPI. And here I can analyze the data by region, practice, and group. Here we see the billing rate by month. We see actually 3 months. If we want to have more months, we can use this filter. When I choose current fiscal year, all the data is being updating on the fly. Now we see that there's a difference in the last couple of months between scheduled and actual, a quite big difference if you compare it with the last months. So this is good for a salesman or a program manager to be aware of and to take further actions on this. Here you see the billings. It's also linked to accounts, so you see what is billed and what is scheduled for that account. This billings also linked to project, resource, and program manager. So there are different dimensions where you can analyze the data by. Watch also this button over here. This is a very powerful ability. You can have a directly conversation with your data. So when I give in here, show me the total billable hours and billable value, then you also see that Einstein gives you all kinds of other suggestions. But you can, by one click, you get a directly answer from your data. So it's very powerful. So you don't need to have knowledge of the query languages. You can directly ask your question. So it's a very powerful function. What's also very powerful is when you have a graph like this. For instance, the billings by account graph. Then you have the ability under the arrow sign to explore the data as well. And then you go directly into the query designer. And you can bring up here nil dimensions. You can choose from all the dimensions in this case, these are measures. You can bring up the measures which are available in this data set. You can do that also for the measures which are in this data set. So you can very easily and quickly deep dive into the data from the dashboard. Now some small. I can tell a lot about this environment, but I only limited me to this functionality. So what's interesting here, you have all kind of graphs where you can choose from. And check this. This is suggested charts. Einstein suggested you a couple of charts depending of your data you have selected in your query window. So it's also very powerful, and it saves time. It enables you to build your analysis very quickly. Okay, switching back to the PSA overview, going into the backlog. So I'm now in the backlog analysis. So I can start to look at my backlog, and I can see if it's done by a specific group, a specific practice, a specific region. So I will adjust this filter if I can bring in to see if I can bring in more data, and I will use the relative filter and filter data from 1 month ago to 3 months ahead of today. So let's click now there where the project status is in red. Maybe we have some specific backlogs by stage. So now are we looking at Salesforce data? Or maybe we have a specific project manager that is really holding up things right here. You can see this program manager has a huge amount on his backlog. So maybe we need to reallocate some of his work to these other people to make sure that all deliverables are getting delivered on time. This graph I can drill through the project as well, so I can see which projects are hit here, and also I have all the details of those projects available in this details part of the screen. And again here also the ability to switch to the record in Salesforce. Okay, switch back to the utilization tab. So we're now at the utilization analysis. Now we can look also at the PSA from a utilization standpoint and start to understand, for example, who are the most utilized people, where are they at, what practice, what group. We can also break it down by resources, by roles, and check here. We can check here, do we need specific roles that are overutilized? So maybe the conclusion can be here that we need to go ahead and hire some people that have that skill we needed in that place in time. So quickly switching to the remaining capacity. So yeah, what we see here, these have the same layout as the other ones. Here we see the scheduled hours versus the remaining hours. which can analyze by the same dimensions we just have hit in the other dashboards. Okay, I'd like to switch back with you to the slide deck. So, after we've seen this demo, I would like to go through some of the key concepts that we have to remember. I've put them in this overview. There are more, but this is just a depth I want you to be aware of for today. So you can bring in third-party data. So if we look over here, we have our databases. You can pull this third-party data into the platform. We also have our CSV files. A lot of customers actually use CSV files. And of course, we can bring in our Salesforce and FinancialForce data into the platform. We do that in what we call the data flow. And in the data flow, we are extracting data. Data flow is a set of instructions that specifies what data to extract from Salesforce objects or data sets and how to transform these. We do these actions in order to get the data formed in the way that we need it. And then as final step, we register it into a data set. This data set contains your measures and your dimensions. And that's where you're doing all your explorations from. And it's also the basis for all your reports and dashboards. Recipes enables end users to create a new data set based on existing data set you have made. Here, the end users can enrich the data, transform the data by pre-built transformation sets. So once you have a single exploration, that actually becomes the lens. So that's what you see here in the middle. And a collection of all those explorations together is what we call a dashboard. And in all these elements, as you are seeing, the data set, the lenses, and the dashboard, they are placed within an analytic app. And that is where you can find all your elements and control your security as well. All right, enough about these concepts. Let's hit some differences between Einstein Analytics and standard reporting. So what we have in Einstein Analytics is we have the possibility to do analytics, dive deeper into your data, come directly to actionable insights. You can also do the time series where you can elaborate predictive insights. You can report from multiple objects. In standard reporting, you are limited to use 3 objects which you can join. And Einstein Analytics is, as long as there is a relationship, you can combine those objects in order to get a full-blown data set where you can do your analysis on. It also allows you to do complex calculations. It delivers powerful data visualization, also non-chart widgets, which you can use in your dashboard for example, for navigation functionalities. You have a full dynamic mobile device experiences. You can use Einstein Analytics on any mobile device and interact with the data, and also collaborate with your colleagues and your partners. By sharing dashboard and also send notifications and all the annotations and that kind of things. You have the faceting and drill down functionality. Faceting was the ability to drill in context. And what we also saw in the demo, you have the ability to directly talk with your data, ask questions to your data. So it's also a very powerful very powerful ability. Last but not least, a few Einstein Analytics takeaways. So combining your external data with your Salesforce or FinancialForce data, you can deploy and customize Einstein Analytics on apps, build trend graphs, that kind of things, embedded your analytics in your console, use the mobile app. Seamless integration, of course, with FinancialForce and Salesforce. Very powerful and flexible data modeling. So it's very easy to come to a data set which helps you by doing your analysis. Quickly perform strong visual analysis. Also There's powerful chart abilities, easy to drill down into the record level, take right action from the dashboard, collaboration action framework to collaborate with partners and colleagues, and yeah, what we just also hit the ability to ask direct questions, and also important, the data is based on transactions and not on aggregate data. So you have always the possibility to dive into the most detailed record, get that specific information what you need for your use case.
Okay, thank you for joining us today with this webinar of Einstein Analytics. I don't see any questions in the chat, but feel free to ask your question on this moment if you have any. Okay, great. If there are no questions, then I will wish you a very nice day, and I hope that you enjoyed the webinar, and to see you next time at the next webinar about Einstein Analytics. Thank you very much. Have a great day.